Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. In this case, as you can see, we have two boxes, two pairs of sneakers, which means obviously that we have a retail pair to compare against a replica. As you can imagine, this is a Godkiller version or an H12 factory pair, and in case you want any of these products, you can go to KickWho.xyz. And by the way, if you use my code Mike, it will give you a tiny bit of discount on your next order. Starting with the first category, with the box or the packaging, we can see that this is basically the same, the colorway. And I have to say, for the whole video, I have a very big light coming from the window right here. That's why sometimes this side gets a tiny bit brighter, let's say brighter, and this is tiny bit darker. But if we put it like this, side to side, you can see that the color are actually the same. And as you just saw on this right here on the video from the brick by brick, if there is even the slightest chance of the colorway not being the same, any alteration, any differentiation between both pairs, don't worry, I will let you know on the subtitles. With that said, as you can see, the colors are the same, the dimensions from the boxes are the same. That is not that much difficult for them to replicate. But with that said, boxes apart, let's go with the sneakers. Here we have it, guys. As you can see, this is gonna be really close. It's gonna come down basically at the third category, at the materials, because on the appearance is, I would say, 9.5 out of 10. So it's really close. But one thing I want to ask you, being totally honest, if I come to you and I show you side by side this, okay, have in mind that this is going to be always the retail pair, and these two will gonna be the replica or the H12. But with that said, if I show you this side by side, okay, would you actually be able to tell me which one is the retail and which one is the replica? Because as you can see, the stands on the tongue, they protrude or they have the same height. The structure, as always, on the tongue, this being an SB, is supposed to be lower, is supposed to be more rounded, is actually the same. And the most important part, the colors, I don't know if you can see actually fair, this and this is basically the same tone of blue. The only difference I saw on the appearance, as I said, similar as what happened with the brick by brick, on the retail pair, this right here is actually a tiny bit brighter. If we take a look on the replica pair, we can see the red is also the same, the white is also the same, but when we take a glance at the brown, at the gum sole, we can see that the H12 is a tiny bit darker, and the retail pair is a tiny bit brighter. Same as I said with the brick by brick, this doesn't really matter to me, because once you wear this, let's say 1 or 2 times, the outsole will oxidize, will become a tiny bit darker, let's say. So this will no longer be a difference between the retail and the replica. And now moving to the last category, number 3, materials. Even though the leather here is really close, my honest opinion is that on this one, the hair on the leather is a tiny bit longer. Obviously, it will depend on the patch you have. That doesn't matter that much to me. The thing that matters for me the most is that the leather on the retail is a tiny bit, sorry, the leather on the replica is actually a tiny bit stiffer if we compare it with the retail right here. Basically, it looks the same color, same texture, but as you can see, when we press it, this right here is a tiny bit softer on the retail pair, and on the replica is a bit, let's say, rigid. And as you can see right here, this is a very easy way to show you. When we take the tongue on here, it's really easy to bend it this way, But if I try to do the same with the replica, it's actually, I don't want to say again harder, because if we force it, we can do it, but it's not as natural. Okay, so we have the toe box leather, we have the main leather, and again, I don't want to be funny, but if we compare also the materials used on the main TPU or the silicone of the shoe, we can see that even though this is real soft, as you can see, this is a tiny bit harder. The replica harder, it doesn't bend at all. We can even balance it, we can move it, it doesn't fall. But when we take the retail, this just bends and fall. Okay, that will be all for the video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you actually learned something new. So if you ask me my honest opinion, would I pay retail for this one? I have to say no, because this is again 230 euros. It's still expensive. I will go for this one being around 130 with shipping, using my code Mike, by the way. I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. And with this said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.